It is indeed with a very warm heart that we welcome you to today's episode of Tax Matters. My name is Olumoyiwa Matuluko. Happy centennial celebration to all Nigerians. We thank God Almighty for keeping Nigeria together so far. And we pray that those that are bent, those who are bent on making us fall apart, on making us disintegrate, will not have the upper hand. How has your week been? And how's business going? We hope you are paying your taxes as and when due. On today's episode of the program, we're going to be looking at the FIRS newly improved website. Yes, the website of the Federal Revenue Service was recently redesigned and is already making waves. Just the other day in Lagos, it got an award as second best in the government business category, talking about websites. And today on the program, we're going to be talking to the person who supervised the redesigning and who is in charge of the project management office at the Federal Revenue Service. We're talking about Ms. Chiaka Okoye. Madam, you're welcome to Tax Matters.
Thank you, Muyiwa. Thanks a lot.
Maybe we should begin by congratulating you once again on the award that the website won just a few weeks ago in Lagos.
Thank you.
Thank you. What is the address of that website?
www.firs.gov.ng.
Okay. What were the issues or the challenges that arose that prompted the redesigning?
The first step towards redesigning the website was the feedback that we got. First and foremost, we didn't have a multilingual functionality on the site. So you find out that some of our taxpayers who are not English speaking have challenges translating the information that is on the site. Again, a website is typically a graphical user interface design. One of the attractions or one of the beauty of a graphical user interface solution is the accessibility of the user. The user should be able to click buttons and navigate freely through the website to get to the information that they want. So to a large extent, it wasn't user-friendly. Navigation was complex. It wasn't logical. You couldn't flow from a particular tab, and it will have all the information that should be under that tab. So a user will have to go through multiple tabs before they can get to the information that they want. One of the functionalities or features of most modern websites is that you should be able to type in a word that you think that website should hold and do a search, and you will have the various instances of that particular word. You then begin to look at, just like we want to search Google, and you type in a word, it will give you many instances, and you keep looking through. We didn't have that. It didn't also have a more robust security where you can change your password, giving our administrators the ability to change and reset the password. So we needed to upgrade that particular functionality. And then most of foremost, it didn't have the search engine where you can go and search, all the information that you want. So there was a whole lot of issue that was wrong with it. So that was the motivation behind redesigning. So
as it is today, have you overcome those challenges?
To a large extent, it did. For example, you can browse, you can use any browser. It's multi-browser capable. You can use Firefox. You can use Mozilla. You can use Explorer. So different browsing engines can actually access the site. One of the issues a lot of sites have is if you're using Mozilla, you're not able to browse. If you're using Google Chrome, the graphics and all of that will not come in. For the FIRS website, whether you're on a laptop, whether you're on a personal desktop, whether you're using your mobile phone, Android, whether you're using your Windows phone, you're using any of the smartphones or even tablets or iPad, the same feel that you get that you're using a desktop or a laptop is the same feel you get on using any of those. Some of the websites, you find out that if you're using your phone to browse them or to access them, the feel that you get when the website comes is that the graphics are not coming out, you just see characters, and it gives you a funny feel. But with the FIRS, the new FIRS website, we've been able to overcome that. Not only that, you can choose to access the site on French language, or you can choose the English language. Another very good feature that we put on the new website is the tax calculator, which gives an immediate view to a taxpayer. You enter the basic information, like your income for the year, total income, total expenditure, and you're able to click the calculate, and it gives you even at a rough instance of what your tax liability could be. That's a very big step for us, and a bold step towards achieving self-assessment, which is a major goal for the organization today. Not just a major goal for the organization, it's also a major goal for the country. It's a major goal for our Vision 2020 tax system realization. So for us to be able to do that on the current website, for us it's also a major step. Another thing is the feedback mechanism, where you would want to request certain information from the website. Maybe you need further clarification. You're actually able to send a message, click submit, and you'll also get automatic or immediate feedback that your message has been received. That message is received on a particular email address, where the schedule officer who has that responsibility accesses on a daily basis, and then will send that request to the appropriate officer who would provide the feedback or get back to you between 24 to 48 hours. So there are lots of features, modern features, which the website currently holds, and it's interactive. You can actually search. You can come to the website and type something like assessment, and it will give you all information relating to assessment. I can then click on the one that is of most interest to you. It has the office locator. All the FIRS offices today, you can actually see on the website graphically. It will show you the building. It has phone numbers. It has email addresses. So the website today, for us, we've achieved a certain level of acceptable modern website that has all the features that, and you can then appreciate why we're the best federal agency website today. And for the whole country, we came second to Lagos and Ekiti. And one of the things that I did when I first had the announcement was to go and say, what's making Lagos and Ekiti first anyway? So you can be sure that we'll improve further on what we currently have. Yes.
Now, you decided to redesign the website based, like you said, on the feedback from your partners.
Correct.
From users. Since that redesigning, have you received feedback that has shown you that, you have gotten it right, apart from award?
I think the best feedback that I received was from my chief executive. There was a lot of pressure on him. It was almost like a daily basis. And of course, he transfers that pressure. At a point, I had to make a personal commitment. I wasn't induced, but it was just to give him reassurance, to give us a bit of time that we knew what we were doing. So when the website was launched and he started receiving feedback from a lot of people, he happened to pass some of those feedback to me, and he told me congratulations, and I think that was the best thing that happened to me there. And then the award even makes it much better to say, okay, someone else is independently looking, and someone else is saying, you guys have done a good job.
We're going to ask you to demonstrate the use of the website to us presently. But before we do that, there was a situation in the past where most websites are just static. You don't update information on the website. Is the FIRS website different?
It is different, whereby we have a webmaster internally. We do not depend on the service provider or the vendor to update the website for us. So the webmaster is internal. So for every information that changes in the organization, and by the way, the department that owns the management of information on the website is the corporate and liaison department. So the webmaster also sits with them. So most information that passes from the organization to the public is passed from the CLV department, so they know. So when they're passing this information manually on TV, on radio, on newspaper, They also find it important to update the website because not everyone would have received that information at the same time. So it becomes also important to place that information on the website just in case someone is mentioning to someone and they're like, oh, let me check that website, will it be there? So I can then tell you, as a matter of fact, that the website is being updated on a daily basis. There are also some circulars that may come out from departments to the various offices with regards to a change in process. And then we need to also then depend on those departments to send that information to the webmaster to update the site with. So once you update the new information, as long as that old information is not applicable, you then, however, you can still keep your history, where you have your history documents, call it archives, so you know that that information was there, but is no longer applicable.
So that's okay. That's right. Now, please show us how to go to that website.
If I go in here and type the URL, which is www.firs.gov.ng, okay? When you access the site, the first thing you see is that vision, and then you can then click immediately. It will take you to the vision statement of FIRS. Just to tell you what is happening there, then I can make all those clicks. Then this is tax payment guidelines. It just shows you the same. It changes. When we say something is dynamic, it's not static. You can see that this information says FIRS is not recruiting at the moment. Why did we have to put this on our homepage? Because of the several calls that we were having. Some fraudulent persons went on advertising that FIRS is recruiting. So we now have this deluge of persons coming to FIRS to submit CVs or even sending their CVs online or something. So we needed to put that in front of. So anything that is like a pain to us at a certain point that we want to share the information with the public, we then go to the website, look at it right there, X, FIRS is not recruiting or replacing any position in its workforce at the moment. But just still on the home page. This is the home page. At the home page, you're seeing what you're seeing. The next one is about us. And about us, it tells you if you put your cursor on about us, and that's why it said it's logical. In the past, we didn't have such logical arrangements of information. It then tells you the history of FIRS, our mission and vision, our core values, our structure, what we do, our service center, our taxpayer service policy, fraud alert if you want to report any fraud, and then our privacy policy statement. It goes all of that. Then you go under tax management, you'll see all the information relating strictly to anything about tax administration. Then you go on the media center, it then gives you information on our gallery, all of those news around FIRS. You then go to the corporate governance, just as the name applies. What's our external reposition lines? What's our corporate social responsibility? And all of the information that we want to see under corporate governance. Then that's the feedback that I was telling you about. If you click on that feedback, it will bring up a window that will enable you to enter your information. Right? You have your name, you have your message type. Is it a complaint? You will select. You already have there are only possibly so much type of messages. And the reason we did that is if the message you're sending to us, the feedback you're giving to us is a compliment, we know where to send it to. If it's a complaint, we know where to send it to. If it's a query, we know where to send it to. Then if it's a suggestion, we know where to send it to. We believe, based on the feedback that we got, that if a taxpayer is contacting the organization, it can only be contacting the organization in any one of these categories. Now, the interesting thing is that if you choose that you're making a compliment or whatever choice you make, or a compliment, it would then ask you your preferred contact method. Do you want to be contacted by phone or do you want to be contacted by email? That's all they ask you here. But what is interesting, if I say I want to be contacted by email, it then goes and do some processing, now looking at the dynamic nature of the website, and then presents the option to now enter your email address so that we can contact you by email. So that's, and then you can then submit. So if I enter all this information, I can put phone. No, I did say email. So if I now choose phone, if you look at what just happened, I had said email, and it gave me the option to enter the email address. Now I said phone, it's now giving me an option to enter my phone number. I'll then enter my name, Chaka, And then that, my phone number is already there. My message, I'll just put for the demonstration purposes, not typing much. Submit. See? That's good, isn't it? Yeah. And it says your message was submitted successfully. So I can then navigate out of this, and then I can go back to home. And then this gives you all the tax legislation history that we have to date. Then that's the tax calculator.
We're interested in the tax calculator.
Okay, the tax calculator is just telling you that it's a guide and it's an estimate, but it gives you like, general idea of what your liabilities really should be. For us, this is a bold step towards achieving that self-assessment status that we want to achieve.
What is the first field there?
Is your
basic salary or something? End salary. Per annum now. Let's say 500,000 naira per annum.
500,000. 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. Okay. Did you see what happened? I just typed 500,000 without the comma.
Okay.
But it then inputs the comma.
The comma.
Yes, that's how interactive and dynamic it is. Okay, then what else do you want to declare?
What's the next field?
You can go on and declare many. You can declare if you have bonus, if you have pension income, if you have premium.
Bonus 100,000.
Okay, so bonus, 100,000 for bonus. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, do you want to declare any other income?
Rent income, 200,000.
Let's see. Is it on the end?
On end. Okay, we are through with end income.
Through with end income. Yeah. So we go to on end income, right?
Maybe I have an inheritance, 200,000 naira as rent income.
Okay. So we have on end income, we have rent. Rent of how much?
200,000.
All right. Any fees, commission?
No.
Interest from unquoted companies, dividend interest?
Yes. Dividends, 20,000.
Okay. All right. And then interest from unquoted companies?
No.
Just dividend from unquoted companies, 20,000. Dividend from quoted companies?
No, that's okay.
Other income, no. Calculate any income?
Calculate.
Okay.
Must give you about 820.
Give us 820, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So.
Okay, but then your consolidated relief allowance, 364.
Yes, because that is 200,000 plus 20%.
That's right. So it gives you that.
Good.
Any other information you want? So taxable income, total non-taxable income, therefore, is 364.
Good.
Taxable income, therefore, is 456. Good. It gives you that information.
Good.
And then total annual tax. It's already done the calculation.
Yes.
So your total monthly tax is 2,117.62.
So that's fantastic. It has taken into consideration all the steps that need to be taken.
All the relief that you should be taxed.
200,000 plus 20% is tax free.
Correct.
After that, the remainder is taxed on a table.
That's right.
The first 300,000 is 7%.
That's right.
The next 300,000. It has done all that for me.
That's right.
Even like you said, there can be some margin of error.
But
a little minus or a little plus.
Yes, but at least you know.
Yes.
You can even take this and use that information for your filing until unless there's a reason to then, So that's fantastic. And it's on the website and it's available all over the world.
Chineke me, they don't increase my salary money. No be mistake. Oga accountant do so. Papa Junior, you never hear of Peter. Now the new MD be that. Talk now.
Peter, na Personal Income Tax Amendment Act, wey Mr. President just signed for law to better the life of him people, so them to go get more money to enjoy with them family. You see this amended act, they don't reduce the tax we do on top your salary money. They can't increase consolidated allowance money where we go to get every month. And say, now the president will listen if you do better thing for him people.
Mr. President, you do well, oh. Bless you, they think of me when you they sign this bitter. Now I feel do boku things this year. I feel rent shop for Mama Junior, buy textbook for Junior, send money go village, make the thing begin build my house.
So you say I'm the landlord?
Of course. Oh, you this is I call country for you. Peter, Peter, hey, Peter.
JTB, creating a tax-friendly environment.
Now, let's go to the office locator.
Okay, office locator. You can actually access the office locator tab from any page you are. It's right at the top, which is here. You have the FIRS offices, you have the office locator, then the acronym, any of the FIRS acronym. So you click on that office locator. Yeah. Then having clicked on the office locator, it gives you a window where you enter, having also bearing in mind that all FIRS offices are regionalized. Yeah. We classify the offices according to region. A region will have many states. For example, we have the Southeast, which will have all the Southeastern states. Imo, Anambra, Abia, and all of that. South, the same thing. So which office?
Let's go to Bayelsa State in the South.
Okay, so the first thing is that you select the region. When I choose South, having selected South, you're giving me Akwa Ibom, which is the first state in the listing of states based on alphabets. Yeah. So I want Bayelsa. Bayelsa will be B, and that is Bayelsa, the second one. Yeah. And then Bayelsa, the local government is giving me Brass, because B, I guess that will be the first on the list. We're going to Yenagoa, which will then be the last, I think.
Why?
Why? Because it's Y. And that's it. That's why Yenagoa is the last one. And then just as you select it, it will give you the office address. And that's it here.
That's good.
It's address of FIRS office, Ayenogwa local government, Otio Street, off Mbiama, Yenogwa. And then it gives you the tax office email address, okay, which is yenogwa.ito@fira.gov.ng. Okay, the demonstration that we just seen can be accessed from any device, any of the devices, from the smartphones, from Android, any of the Android phones, any of the Windows phone, even BlackBerry, your desktop, your laptop. So it's actually multi-devices enabled.
We must actually congratulate you, and we know for a fact that for a taxman or a woman, what is important is the bottom line. It's good to have this beautiful website, but how will it contribute to the revenue basket?
One, what we are providing to the taxpayer is service, and we believe that when the taxpayer is a customer, and if you take that to the perspective that when you delight your customer, they are more likely going to come back to you. So we are hoping that more Nigerians will begin to comply, knowing that we're just not doing what we call, is the law. We're serving them as customers. The first thing is service. Will the taxpayer be happy to say, it's my civic responsibility, I will go and pay my tax voluntarily? The answer is yes, because he now knows that the tax officer is looking at him as a customer, treating him with politeness, being polite in their dealings with them, being honest with them, being transparent with them. Again, if you then take that to the website and say the tax calculator functionality that we put on the tax on the website, how will it help the customer? We're trying to get to the point of reaching a certain percentage for self-assessment. If people can painlessly go to the website, enter all that detail, get their tax, liability information, go to, the tax office, submit their returns. Soon, you'll be able to submit your returns online. It makes it easier. So that frustration that goes with going to the tax office, going to do all that, we have simplified, whereby we're making it easy for people to comply. So the larger the number of people who are paying tax, the more your revenue increase.
Madam, you have made our day, and we have a reason for saying you have made our day. Viewers of this program are always at pains to find out the closest FIRS office to them. And many a time, no matter the topic we discuss, people will call asking how much they are supposed to pay as personal income tax. And we always say we cannot work out your tax liability for you on phone. Today, you know that by simply going to the FIRS website, www.firs.gov.ng, you are just about 2 minutes away from answering those questions. Where is the closest FIRS office to you? How much are you expected to pay as personal income tax? And like Madam said, very soon, even for corporate taxes, you'll be able to input the details, get an assessment, and pay online. We hope that we can see you around again next week on the same station, same day of the week, same time of the day for a fresh episode of Tax Matters. But immediately after this program, go to the FIRS website. We thank you for watching. Have a great week ahead. Madam, we thank you for coming onto the program. Yes, ma'am.